Hi everybody, it's James Rowley again with Hammond Forever House. Today I wanted to talk about solar panels because, I've got some. I was going to call this video How to Solar Panel, but then I thought a lot of people might not watch that video because they're not ready or interested or just feel like it's too expensive to get solar panels, so they're not going to watch How To video. So then I thought I'd call it The Dirt on Solar Panels, and that's a little closer. So as you can see, I live in beautiful British Columbia where there's no dirt on my solar panels because we get rain every once in a while, and sometimes more than that, and that keeps my solar panels nice and clean, so I don't have to worry about any maintenance. But here's the dirt. Well, actually, let's start with the how-to. And as you can imagine, the how-to is pretty simple. You find a company who installs solar panels, you get a quote, you decide to go with that company, they install solar panels, you're done, right? Takes a little time, but most companies will deal with the permits, and the real thing is the money. We went with Vancouver Renewable Energy Co-op, vrec.ca, and we like them because they have an environmental focus and they have an ethical focus as well. So they'll give you choices of where do you want to get your solar panels. They won't deal with companies that are manufacturing solar panels in factories where the conditions are not up to human rights standards, right? So that's nice that you can kind of feel like these solar panels were made in an ethical way. But that's not really the question, is it? Like, it's not the how-to for most people, it's the why. And well, first of all, let's deal with the money question. Do you have money? I mean, I'm in this extremely privileged position, right? And I'm saying to my neighbors, look, I've got solar panels. There's a little bit of possible resentment. There's am I virtue signaling? Am I greenwashing because I've got solar panels? Does that make me a better person? And am I just flaunting the fact that I can afford to do this? So all these questions lead me to maybe not be too vocal about, I got some solar panels, you guys. Doesn't that make me better than you? But it absolutely is a question of privilege. My wife and I are homeowners. We have some equity, and we're able to finance solar panels, which are going to save us money in the future. So that's the good news if you're a climate warrior and you want to fight climate change. You don't need to get solar panels to fight climate change at all, right? This is not a first and foremost a climate change fighting tool in British Columbia. And the reason for that is because in British Columbia we get our electrical energy from BC Hydro, and BC Hydro produces electricity with hydroelectric dams. So 80 to 90%, I've heard 90% recently. Oh, here comes a plane. 90% of electricity generated that I would be using in my house here in British Columbia is generated with renewable source. So we don't have any coal-powered plants. I don't know how else they use fossil fuels to generate electricity, but we're not doing that here in British Columbia. So if you want to fight climate change and reduce your greenhouse gas emissions, what you want to do is eliminate your fossil fuels. Just get off fossil fuels in any way you can. The solar panels are just this kind of a bonus step. You got to do that first step first. Get off fossil fuels. And the dirt, from our perspective, was we got off fossil fuels for all of our house. We don't have natural gas. We don't have oil. It started out with an oil furnace in this house. And that turned out to be more expensive. Shocker, heating your house with electricity is more expensive than heating your house with natural gas. I know that's a big surprise. So the solar panels come in when we are able to afford, because of our privileged position, to be able to afford these. To own the house, first of all, we know we're going to live here for 30 years. We are going to make money on these solar panels. It's going to take a while, but we have committed to, you know, whatever, 20 years or so, that this is going to take to pay off, in order to help us with the higher energy bills that we have because we got off fossil fuels. So if you want to fight climate change, get off fossil fuels. But the catch is that's expensive. So if you can see where I'm going here, the answer to all this is make it easier for people to get off fossil fuels. Individual action like ours with these solar panels is not a solution. There's a lot of people who have equity in their home, credit, they've got enough money up front, but they're making different choices, right? The people who can afford to get solar panels are also people who can afford to pay higher energy bills. So that's the dilemma. So that's my first video about solar panels. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.